Hello everyone, I am Kimberly and I am a second year student of Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management. For today, we're going to present our audit on Hidden Figures, a film that highlights workplace diversity and inclusion. It tells the story of three African American women, Katherine Johnson, Dorothy Vaughan, and Mary Jackson, who overcame racial and gender discrimination to contribute to NASA's success during the space race. Our audit will analyze how the film portrays workplace culture, power dynamics, bias and ethical practices, and what lessons organization can learn from it. Let's begin with workplace culture and inclusivity.
Workplace culture and inclusivity. The film portrays NASA workplace as initially segregated with African American employees facing discrimination throughout separate restroom, dining areas, and restricted career advancement. Interaction between employees show both bias and progresses. At first, white colleagues like Paul Stafford dismissed Catherine's skills, but over time, figures like A.I. Harrison recognized her contribution and worked toward inclusively. By the end, we can see shift as NASA moves towards merit-based recognition, emphasizing the importance of inclusive work environment.
Representation of cultural groups. The film accurately represents African American women in STEAM, highlighting their intelligence and resilience without exaggeration. It also showcases the value of diverse perspectives. Catherine's calculations were critical to John Glenn's mission. Dorothy's programming skills advanced NASA's technology, and Mary's engineering expertise drives innovation. This reinforces the message that workplace diversity is not just about fairness, it directly contributes to progress and success.
Power dynamics and ethical practice. Initially, leadership at NASA is dominated by white men, leaving African American women in undervalued roles. However, the film shows how persistence leads to change. Dorothy takes initiative to learn programming and earns a leadership position. Mary fights for the rights to study engineering, and Catherine gains recognition for her mathematical expertise. To formal DEI, policies aren't defeated. The movie emphasized that need for ethical leadership that removes barriers and supports underrepresented employees.
Conflict resolution and cultural awareness. Conflict in the workplace arises from racial and gender discrimination. However, rather than formal HR intervention, solutions come from individual advocacy and perseverance. A.I. Harrison's decision to desegregate bathrooms is a key example of leadership addressing the workplace inequality. Likewise, Mary Jackson's legal fight highlights the importance of the challenging systematic barriers. While the film shows progress, it also reminds us that true workplace inclusive requires structural changes, not just individual efforts.
Ethical practices and employer relations. The film addresses workplace discrimination and microaggressions. For instance, Catherine is forced to fetch coffee from a separate pot labeled colored, and Dorothy is repeatedly dismissed despite her clear leadership skills. NASA's handling of these issues evolves. While it starts with an exclusionary culture, figures like Al Harrison begin to push for change, showing that ethical leadership is key to fostering an inclusive environment. The film highlights the importance of workplace policies that promote fairness, respect, and career advancements opportunities for all employees.
The movie positively influences workplace diversity discussions by showing the real struggles and contributions of marginalized employees. It teaches valuable lessons for companies today. Talent should be recognized regardless of race or gender, and inclusivity leads to better results. The film aligns with real world DEI efforts, though it could have included more emphasis on NASA's policy changes to highlight broader institutional progress.
Recommendations. To improve cultural sensitivity, the movie could have shown more structural efforts to combat discrimination rather than focusing solely on individual perseverance. However, companies can learn from NASA chef in recognizing diverse talent. Best practice include creating pathways for career growth, actively addressing workplace biases, and ensuring inclusive leadership. Organizations should foster a culture where all employees feel valued and have equal opportunities to succeed.
So that's it. In conclusion, Hidden Figures is an inspiring film that highlights workplace diversity, discrimination, and the power of inclusion. The move positively influences audience perceptions of DEI and encourages real world organizations to create fairer workplaces. We rate the Hidden Figures as excellent in cultural sensitivity. It serves as a valuable lesson that when talent is recognized, regardless of background, innovation thrives.